They say the best things in life are free. Well, you may not necessarily agree, but I think I had one of the best things in life over this particular weekend, and guess what? It was free. No. It's not what you think you are thinking about. I actually had a little baby, in my arms, and guess what? It was yawning. I said, yo, look, it's yawning. It's so cute. Yeah, that was a moment I thought it was magical. But don't get it twisted. Poverty is still not a virtue. However, one of the things, one of the most expensive things money suffers to buy today, but still ends up buying though, is the trust of delegates. Delegates. It's so delicate a thing that it needs dedicated attention. So one man, his name, Dr. Michael White. He was at the National Service Secretariat as Executive Director at the time I was posted here. It's been 3 years so far, but his people have refused him posting to Parliament on 2 occasions. Funny connection, however. Adenta people decided to pay NSS allowance to Nana Oyelita for trying to become their MP. Ras Mubarak, though, Kumbungo people have combed his parliamentary career. Sad. Who will ride a bike to Parliament for us? Not forgetting great-grandpa, Joseph Yelitre. Wow, as people say, Uncle Joe, after 12 years, nothing I get. I don't know if you get my drift though, but yeah. Luckily for me, I was not assigned to cover the NDC primaries. I was having a good time somewhere else. But NDC delegates have given us, lucky numbers to break government machines. I mean, if you don't get it, I'm talking about numbers for yeah, right. I'm talking about lucky numbers for stocking lotto. How do they say it? Honestly, I don't know. But talking about that, there is a man around, don't tell him. He puts the forecast thing in the newspaper. And he said, I could give you like serious loop. As if he's reading what Dr. Baumia said at the launch of that new housing thing. Oh boy, he's exploring his chances. Maybe, he'll be luckier now. But some George, his single 7 will do the trick. Perhaps for some people, maybe Nana Oyelite's 559. I will bring you the details of how one man who has made a name for himself for being the poor man's lawyer had to spend 300,000 Ghana cedis on just primaries. Now, NDC delegates in 2nd D are hoping to produce Parliament's first ever fisherman MP. Yep. Hello, everyone. It's time for Backpage. Ta-da! My name is Caleb Kudah. Friends, we are happy to come your way again with your new satirical show on Citi TV. It's your world. Let's do this. Welcome everyone. Where do we even start from? Ras Mubarak, some George, John Dumelo, Nana Elita. Now maybe ladies first. No. Let's start with some George. He was doing Orion.
In about another 5 hours, the ballot box will be opened. In another 6 hours, the declaration will be made. You would see how much love. But I can assure you, we will cross the 60% mark. I said this before this election, that the results will be similar to the results between myself and E.T. Mensah. I said it, and you will see it.
This is your former constituency chairman you are contesting. It should be a big deal for you.
It's not. The fact that you're a constituency chairman doesn't mean you have the gravitas to contest as a team.
It means that the delegates vote for you, and the same delegates will be voting now.
Well, he didn't contest me to become chairman.
He would have lost to you.
Woefully.
Like you're overly confident, and you're smiling as well. Like you don't look like you're worried at all.
Why should I? Look, the delegates love me. They are there. If I make a sign to them, mwah.
Oh, and they're responding.
So after doing it was time for the counting. We understand as his opponents, numbers were inching closer to his. His body was doing like something. He's doing like something. Ningo pram people. You almost killed a man in his own consequence. This would have been so wrong, right? But guess what? Omerano wants you. He was on point of view, saying that then the 7-up victory was divine.
The results are God speaking to everybody who thinks they're waging war with me. The numbers you see there are they have deep meaning. The margin of 7 is perfection.
We are into numismatics now.
No,
the study of numbers.
It's not necessarily that. The number 7, because look, I could have beaten him with 2 votes. Okay. I could have beaten him with 12 votes. In fact, there were 5 delegates who everybody knows are my supporters, who some way somehow had their names disappear from the register. The director of elections actually did a letter approving that they should vote.
Still, they didn't
Just before they wanted to vote, he reversed the decision. If those 5 had voted, I would have beaten with 4-12. But God wanted people to see his hands.
So the 7.
The number 7. You get it. And,
okay.
and so for me, this was God speaking to the people. Because I asked God, should I go? I mean, those against me are many. And his words were clear. One with God is majority.
You there be there. When they call you, you will know that divinity without moninity in Ghanaian elections is equal to onyashrinity. Do you know she? Yeah. But love him or hate him, Sam George is one of the MPs who has made some almost productive noise in that our chamber. No? Yeah. So Sam, you do some power, but people say I should ask you where you got that your bulletproof jacket from. It be double way they give you, or it be Azugu himself. Anyway, I don't tell people no. They chose Adamu Ramadan over Nana Oyelita. Yeah, some. Adamu actually says Nana Oyeno. She's only formidable on paper and not on the ground.
You're contesting with a former gender minister who is also formidable. We've seen her campaigns on the ground. What do you think makes you stand out?
Are you using the formidable the way I understand it or the way you understand it? I mean, yes, on the outside it looks like she's formidable, but when it comes to relating with the grassroots, no, she's not. And the results will tell at 6 o'clock when the results are declared. It would look obvious that she looks formidable on paper, but not on ground.
Look, I beg to differ. If you have forgotten how formidable she was on the ground, look at her during the Agbewo demo. Let's look. So on the ground there, she is solid. Just that I hear Adenta people were saying that they were so impressed with how formidable her advocacy on the ground is that they want Nana Oyelita to keep littering the streets with her advocacy. You understand? Yeah, that's not bad at all. Now, let's come with me and let's go to the secondary police. Hey, let's go there like Panya, 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 because the man, Panya, has won.
Why are you guys so happy?
Yeah, we are happy that Panya will win election. That's why we are happy.
What we need in Sekendi is that we need development. The youth are suffering. The youth in Sekendi are suffering. There's no job, nothing. And those who are declaiming that they are educators, they are doing nothing in the parliament. They are doing nothing. They think everything is book. You have to think of your back. Think of those who vote for you, but don't think of they have voted for you to go there and sit there to enjoy with your family.
Sekendi constituency, we are making a change. People are saying that our delegate is not an educated person, but we are saying that he's really an educated person, and parliament per constitution, everybody can speak in local dialogue. So we are bringing our president to parliament.
Yes, tell them you are in parliament declaiming that you know book, yet nothing we get from you. Secondly, for one free year, So interesting times ahead. Now, we wait to see how the impression that MPs can create jobs for their constituents will materialize. We wait to see how that will pan out. But seriously, there is a man called Azoka. Yeah. I don't know if that name rings a bell for you. He made some profound statements about free SHS and what the NDC government will do with it. And he made these statements in the presence of his boys. Take a close look at his boys.
5 o'clock would declare a person who will become a leader.
Thank you.
The whole chairman.
Thank you, Chairman.
2020 election.
Thank you, Chairman.
The free education is zero.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman.
And President Mama says he will bring the free education and quality education. So we are praying that this our election, if we finish, we know that 2020, the quality thing will come out. Free quality education.
Thank you,
Oh, wonderful. Dear citizens across the globe, meet one of the people responsible for grooming people who lead us. Sincerely speaking, Ras Mubarak though, he is not very happy. Not at all.
They have chosen people who can pay their way through substance and integrity. Obscene levels of vote buying, in particularly the Kumungu election. I had made a complaint to the BNI to look into the possibility of money laundering.
Ras, I'm coming on. Is it that your opponent spent more money than you under budgeted, or the people who sponsored your opponent are evil compared to those who sponsored yours? Like, just a bit of clarity needed here. Hello? Honorable Ras Mubarak joins us on the line. Hello, Honorable. Hello. Oh, sorry. We lost him on the line. Interestingly, Francis Zosu Xavier, he may have done what Ras Mubarak's opponent did to win. But because he won the Medina consequence, he doesn't call it vote buying. I am sure he will call it Delegate Welfare Fund. Or better, what some judge describes as showing gratitude.
You cannot necessarily win an election just on the merit of your message.
So people, so even for delegates, you need
because
money.
The delegates themselves, but when delegates come and meet you, and you can't look at them and just ask them to go, you need to provide their TNT. And again, you see, for me, I don't necessarily find this as corruption. I don't find it as bad. I've always said that we must be minded about the democracy we practice. Our culture as Africans is one of gratitude. So we're taught as kids, Ben,
to say thank you.
To say thank you. Even when your parents did their legitimate legal responsibility of buying you a new dress for Christmas, you were taught to wake up at once and thank your parents.
Thank you can be a word, not money in an envelope.
Well, we were taught to say thank you at first as kids, showing gratitude. And that has transcended in today's world into cash, because right now it's no longer word of mouth.
But is it thank you, or people demand for it, otherwise won't vote for it? Because they will say, you won't charge it.
Well, I haven't, in Ingo Prampram, I haven't had any delegate say to me, give me X to vote for you.
How these young men intend to recoup the investments of their paymasters there, I can only imagine. Okay, so some people say, most MPs have laptops, they travel around with and all. But it doesn't make being an MP so cheap and so easy, such that someone who has excelled as a playboy on the screens, goofing around and breaking the hearts of ladies, should want to be an MP. I know, right? That sounds so insulting. As if politicians and actors don't have a thing or two in common, like breaking people's hearts and outlying each other to win their audience. See, John Dumelo has already started making promises. That guy, he's wild.
John, you are the one who inspired me to get into farming. You are the one who said, okay, John, let all the youth get into farming, and we followed your footstep. And at the end of the day, if there are no jobs, you have to create jobs for yourself. And most of these guys are brilliant. Most of these guys are intelligent, and they just need that little push. They just need that little funds. They just need that little connection. They just need that little recognition that, you know what, Minsano ejuma eye ejuma. I'm good with my hands. I can do shoes. I can sew. I can be a proper mechanic. I can do all these things, and so help me to get or realize my dreams. And I mean that's why I'm therefore in Ayawaso West.
But John, people say that play your eye top too much for watching, but you don't need to mind them. Remind them that your mentor is John the dead goat. Now, speaking of dead goats, now you and I, we've known a dead goat for a very long time. What we have not known is the living goat. Now, guess what? Nana Adwasa Akodie Mensa. She has discovered the living goat. And you can only imagine where she discovered that. Charlie Wate.
Tell me the inspiration behind your look today.
Oh, I'm look like goats. Yeah, because today I think I can do something like goats. Maybe tomorrow you can see my everything different style I'm coming. Maybe I can chew the goat something in the air. You know, that's why I'm doing this, because I love the traditional.
Kudos to Nana Adwasa Akodie for that discovery. There is more actually, because Frema Edunyame also at Chaliwate, she met the man who is the originator of graffitis. Now pay attention to the original name of the art.
John, how long have you been doing this?
Every day, it belongs.
So I want to know, how many years have you been painting people's faces?
12.
Wow, 12 years.
Yeah.
Okay. But is there any money in this business?
No.
So why are you doing it?
Somebody only come to call me, they do it. But every day you do it. Okay. Yeah.
So apart from this, do you do any other work?
Yes. No, I don't do any work. But songwriter, the artist.
Okay, you are an artist.
Yeah, the artist. Yeah.
So you do other paintings?
Yeah. Yes. If they broke anything, they broke that with.
Okay, so you do the painting on the walls?
Yeah.
Okay, graffiti?
Yeah, for it, yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
So now we all know the origin of the word graffiti. Faditi. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the word so sweet. Now, let's take a breather. When we return, Dr. Baumia finally finds an appropriate forum to this. Actually, reply John Mahama over Mr. Mahama's critique of the banking cleanup exercise and the curious story of a fetish priest who has been kidnapped. Welcome back, everyone. Now, we don't know what has become of the Saglemi housing project after Milord, sector minister, promised a showdown, investigating former sector minister over concerns of overbloating as far as the Saglemi contract is concerned. Now, Saglemi is the latest statistic of so-called affordable housing projects that never serves the everyday Ghanaian people. We don't know what's up with that project. We hear government is launching a 100,000 housing project at Amasaman. It's like the government is like, look, Kufuor started, they didn't complete, some came. So we too, we are going to start one that we won't complete, like we are competing in uncompleted projects. Now, Dr. Baumia found the occasion to be an opportune time to teach John Mahama a lesson or two.
Has the former president not taken the trouble to learn from the experiences of countries all over the world in the financial crisis management? Obviously not. Hence his admission that he has had to set up a policy working group on finance and economy that is now studying and analyzing the situation with a view to coming up with pragmatic steps, end quote. The former president and his NDC really have nothing useful to offer the Ghanaian people in this regard.
But wait, what has Mr. Mahama been saying, like what?
In all, it is estimated that more than 20,000 people have already lost their jobs as a result of the financial sector shutdowns. The number could be even higher when you take into account the indirect job losses occasioned by this crisis. Apart from the livelihoods lost, The resolution cost of nearly 20 billion Ghana cedis, as we are told, ultimately becomes a burden on the Ghanaian taxpayer.
Charlie, Dr. Baumia and Joe Mahamano, they appear to be rivals in a compound house, always picking at each other like, guys, you're bravo, grow up already. So, wait, let me tell you a story. One of my colleagues, right, he lost a relative. Actually, he lost his daughter. And he had gone to the 37 military hospital where it all happened, where eventually everything. When they discovered he's a staff of Citi, they said, you are the ones always arresting us on the road. When you finish, you will sit on TV and laugh at us on top. You remember we caught some military people some time ago, Charlie, or against indiscipline. Opportunity cost no also. But really, W.O. Agba, your name is heavy, Agbajida. W.O. Bright also, and W.O. Seth Chabli. All of you, you are at 37 military hospital. I'm told you were super helpful to my colleague, and in fact, all of you are such great fans of Backpage, and you did an amazing job for my colleague. So we just wanted to, give you 21 gun salute. Whoa, 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 whoa. 21. More blessings. Thank you very much. Now, when I mean war against indisciplined team, we went to the Gimpa Link Road again, right? For the 7th time, there was good news. Fewer people were caught, undisciplined drivers. More exciting was this. The skillful nature in which the traffic warden here directed traffic caught my attention. I struggled to tell his story, as he couldn't have given me an interview due to the nature of his work. However, before long, one of the motorists called me. It wasn't the usual complaints or even commendations for the hashtag Why initiative, but praises for the officer I discovered is called Sergeant Ibrahim Yakubu.
I've been using this road virtually every day, and I want to commend this policeman. He's been doing a good job virtually every morning. He comes here before 7, in fact by 6:30 he's here, and he stands here and take care of all the people, the patrons of this road until the traffic is off. By 3 o'clock he's already here, and he stays here up to almost 8 o'clock.
I've never met such a skillful traffic warden before. Sergeant, great job. Now, I will return to Gimpa Link Road in a bit, but Mina W, my colleague, reports of an interesting character. He was caught drunk driving on the switchback road. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Driving.
Among the arrested vehicles was a suspected drunk driver who tried to conceal evidence of his offense. On the blind side of the police, he poured out a substance from a plastic bottle believed to contain hard liquor.
What's your license? My license. It's not here with me. Report me. No. Go ahead. But please, if you don't search me, let me. I'll send my car. I have a feeling you That's all. We are keeping the substance that we poured from the car. I didn't pour it from my substance. From my car. You poured it. I didn't pour it.
We can find a whole look.
It's not true.
So who poured it from the car?
I don't know.
You don't know?
He opened the car.
Okay, don't worry.
He opened the car.
So should I call the photographer to come and...
Sir, I can't say anything. He opened the car.
Seriously, guys. Seriously. You endanger your own lives and that of all of us when you drink and drive. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now back to the Gimpa Link Road. 2 vendors at the bus stop there were sacked. Actually, pack and go. Also, 2 hawkers selling snacks at the bus stop here were ordered to vacate and never return.
How can you bus stop put the bus stop for a training place now? Tell them, block it.
Yeah, one last year
this morning I was here earlier.
Bus stop I create to Hanuma I say come now they are basically a pedestrian walkway. Now san unyama bezu na moto. Ya kasi mumfi ozo na we sister we house yama compensation ka.
Superintendent Samuel Sasu Mensah justified the order.
Here is a bus stop. It is created for an objective and for a purpose. Buses are supposed to drop passengers over here and move. People are not supposed to trade on this section of the road. The law forbids trading on roads. It's an infraction on road use and the road law. So that is why we are saying the objective for the creation of this facility is not for trading purposes, and people are not supposed to trade on the road because it will cause road obstruction.
Superintendent Dr. Samuel Sasu Mensah though, Asumuria compensation I asked him about hawkers at places like Kaswa, Medina, Zungo Junction, Circle, La Paz, and the places where you live. And he told me that there are plans to clamp down on all such hawkers very soon, together with the local development authorities. Now, it didn't take long for me to see my colleague, Hansen Ajiman, squatting in a gutter around Okponglo. I was like, hey, this young man, is he demonstrating how people do open defecation on camera or what? Actually, it turned out to be a gory story. A newspaper vendor was knocked down to death at Okponglo.
Police for me no mo direct traffic nchen. Ana mo baye. Omo baye no o man kasa o man hwe boy na woda ho no. Twa no boys no mo de omo twa no. Ana boys no young boys no ma omo ton ade no. Ana omo ade rush no say omo de na 37. Police bia ndi na chi. Omo de Papa na onu jina onu masikata ne black pocket bebre no na omo hwa no ene ne bullet car na omo di jina ho nti na ye di atam se ade mundi na chi enko na ka nso omo anya ka trotro car na omo di ni ese mu di ko 37 na ye den na ekoso wo Ghana asema police ni ba ko be ka ni se ya ka kire mu se mu free ha no mo free nti ya dia mu fa free so.
Look, we like to commiserate with the family of Aben, you know, but this hawking thing, I really don't know about. We've got to be serious with it. When people at Gimpa Link were, you know, cleared off, people were saying, yeah. But then you have it. Someone just died. We've got to do something. Guys, well, this is where we end Backpage, your new satirical show on Citi TV. My name is Caleb Kudah. As always, it's a joy coming your way. Take good care of yourself. See you same time next week. Bye-bye.